Hey guys, it's Kyle down here at Lunicycle. Today I'm going to show you how to install our newest product. It's the upgraded headlight for the Talaria Sting MX4. This headlight is much brighter than the stock headlight, and it also has a light adjustment on the new horn switch, which is included. It allows you to turn the brightness up and down. Now I'm going to spend 2 minutes here talking about this adapter it comes with. It's really nice it came with this adapter. It allows you to use this headlight on some of the older MX4s, which used a blue connector on the display. So if your bike has modern black connectors, you don't need this adapter at all. You can just set it aside. But if your bike has a blue connector, you will need this. So this adapter is going to plug into the light. You would then unplug your old horn switch, and this would get plugged into your bike harness where the old horn switch was. It would be a red connector. This would get plugged into where your stock light was. You don't need to upgrade your display. You can keep using the blue connector display. You would just leave this plugged into your bike and attach the new horn switch to the top of the adapter. But now is the perfect time to upgrade to one of our color displays. It'll allow you to plug both of these in, and then you'll have all the functions of our newest display. So enough talking about this adapter. We're going to go ahead and install this on the Talaria Sting MX4. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is swap over your old control pad. This bike already has the upgraded display with the control pad that already has the light switch on it. If you need help installing that, you can see our display install video. But both of these control pads work great for the high and low beam for the upgraded light. So your next step is going to be to remove your old light. Now the first thing you want to do is unplug it. From the factory there'll be a small zip tie right here. You want to carefully cut that zip tie. And then you need to open up your battery compartment and remove the 2 screws from your ignition cover. Those using M3 bolt. And just be careful not to lose the bolts. It can help to lift the lid up a little bit to get your ignition out. And just push the ignition to the side. The next thing you want to do is lift the ignition or the battery cover up and go ahead and kind of pull on the light wire so you can find the connector. We'll show a close-up of exactly where this connector is. This one is right here. You want to carefully unplug this and pull the wire out of this compartment. You grab 4mm Allen and remove the 4 light mount screws. And you can then remove your old stock light. Now when installing the new light, there is a 3rd bolt that gets installed down here on the bottom crown of your fork. It's a little black bolt with a washer on it. I found it's easiest to just thread this in 1 or 2 turns, leave it very loose for now, and then pull the washer out towards the head of the bolt. Now it's time to guide the wire through the little fork leg and kind of into the battery ignition area. And next you do have this little lower bracket for the light. You're going to want to go ahead and just set that on the bolt you just put into the fork crown. And you want the washer out in front of it. Alright, so once you've got the bottom bracket lined up, You can now tuck some of these wires behind this light. It works great to hide some of your connectors. But you do want to be sure they don't interfere and pull whenever you're turning the handlebars. So you can easily tuck the display one and then at least one of the brake lines, and it'll kind of clean up your wiring a little bit. Next, it's time to install the top two mounting bolts. It helps if you push the display out of your way. Just go ahead and line up the holes and install the two provided bolts. If you lost any of those bolts, they are identical to the ones you just took off. And go ahead and tighten these down. You can also now tighten down the bottom one. Alright, next I'm going to show you a close-up on how to plug this in. Go ahead and find your old light connector and plug your new light into that connector until you feel a little click. Then all this can get tucked back down where it was. There is quite a bit of room down here. You then want to reinstall your little ignition plate. Be sure not to pinch any wires. It does help to kind of lift the lid up a little bit when you install this. You then want to make sure you're not pinching any wires and reinstall two little 3mm bolts. Alright, now you've successfully installed on the MX4 a much brighter headlight where you can actually control the light levels.